Hello, this is Kelly here with Yoga on Main online studio. We are filming a Hi, Kelly here with the Yoga on Main online studio. Today we're doing a short chair yoga class. This is a great option if you've been sitting a lot, just to lengthen the spine, or if you just want a low impact, shorter yoga practice for the day. So I suggest using a chair that's a little bit more firm, like a kitchen table chair, as opposed to a soft cushiony chair. If it's a little bit too hard, you can always add a blanket for the seat. Making sure it's a firmer blanket, nothing with too much of a give, to place down at the bottom. We use these chairs with the backs popped out, but you definitely don't need that. You can use any chair that has kind of a nice straight back. So we're going to start just seated. Scoot up to the top edge of the chair seat so you can kind of feel the hips right over that top edge, and then take a peek at the feet and make sure the feet are right under the knees. So you're kind of finding this nice stable base, and then we're going to reach the hands back. You don't have to touch the chair, and you might not, but we're just reaching back in order to find this lift in the chest. Make sure that you can find the lift all the way up through the top of the head. We don't want to lift the chin, but finding the lift more here in the top of the chest. Good. Take a nice big inhale. Keep that length in the spine, and then bring the hands to just rest on the top of the thighs. You can close the eyes or find a soft gaze. And here we'll just take a few moments to center, be aware of our breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. And just noticing where you are at this moment. Can you bring your full attention onto your mat, into your body, and start to let go of all those other distractions of the mind from your day, from what has not happened yet. If the breath starts to feel like it gets shorter or more shallow, make sure you keep that long spine sitting up nice and tall, and then allowing the breath to deepen once again. At the end of your next exhale, we'll drop the chin all the way to the chest. Relax the back of the neck. Make sure the shoulders don't start to round forward. Keep the chest lifted towards the chin. And then we're going to inhale one ear all the way to the shoulder. Pause here, and then exhale. The chin comes back to the chest as we go to the other side. Good. Make this movement nice and slow. Maybe the slowest thing you've done all day. And we'll do 2 or 3 more. Taking your time, and start to notice if there's any areas of the body, especially the neck and the shoulders, that feel a little tight. Without getting wrapped up in why they're tight, what story goes along with that, just noticing and being mindful as we move around today. We'll bring the chin back to the chest. Inhale here. Start to blink open the eyes and slowly lift the gaze back into the room. Good. We'll let the hands come down, and we're going to come into a side bend next. So we're going to start by bringing the heel of your hand down to the chair seat just behind your bottom, and slide your hips just an inch over to the opposite side. So my right hand's down, I slid my hips over to the left. I'm going to start here by pushing down and then reaching my left arm up. So again, a little push down with that bottom hand and a reach up with the opposite hand. Steady pressure through the feet. You might even lift the toes here and try to spread them out. And then feel free to stay here. This is a great option. Or you might want to slide the hand down to maybe the bottom area of the leg, or the kind of the top area of the leg, excuse me. Keep that bottom shoulder away from the ear as well as the top shoulder. So we're creating length through the side body, but we don't want to create tension in the neck. Pushing down through that bottom hand, creating a lift and a lean just slightly with that top hand. Notice if your whole body spills over towards the right. See if you can use that control at the center of the body and even pressure through the feet. For the last inhale, we'll peek up on the inside of that elbow. See if you can stretch a little bit more. And then exhale, core engaged. We'll come all the way back to center. Good. Check in and see how that feels. And then we're going to slide the hips over to the right just an inch. Heel of the left hand goes down to the chair seat. Right hand reaches up. Good. Push down through both feet. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to deepen. Take your first few breath cycles just finding this space with the hand on the chair seat. And then, of course, if you'd like to deepen, you can slide that left hand down any amount. Just make sure you can still find the balance and the stability at the center of the body, the hips and the core. Breath stays nice and long, just like from our centering practice into the movement. Good. We'll do one more. Maybe peek up on the inside of that arm. And then we'll make our way back to center. Good, nice job. All right, readjust your seat if you need to. And then we're going to come down with the hands on the knees. We're coming into a cat-cow position. So the first thing we're going to do is round the back. Round the shoulders forward. Let the chin come down towards the chest. And you're going to kind of tuck the tailbone under so more of your bottom touches the seat. And then on an inhale, you're going to pull on the knees. Pull the chest through. Start to look forward. And then maybe even looking up as you come into your cow pose. Try that with the breath. Exhale all the air out, rounding the spine. Inhale, bring it forward. Good, about 3 more on your own, following your breath, so you don't have to be in sync with me or anyone you might be practicing with. Good. After that rounded spine, we'll work back into a neutral spine position, just sitting up nice and tall like our centering practice. And then we're going to find that extension with the hands behind again. So feet grounded, hips steady on the seat, and then we're going to reach the hands back. Just depending on your body as well as your chair, you might be able to reach the sides of the chair. If that's the case, get a gentle grip, not holding on for dear life, but just a gentle grip, and allow the chest to push forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and make sure the shoulders can slide away from the ears. Good. Feel free to play around here. So again, with your chair or the shape of your body, you may want to flip the hands so that the thumbs are pointing up. That creates just a little bit more intensity, maybe a stretch for the elbows. Good. And then another variation is to extend the legs straight, toes pointed down. Good. So we keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. Maybe we create a little bit of an arch in the upper back. Head can lift, but make sure it doesn't strain the back of the neck. So any of these variations, just breathe where you need to be for your body. One more big inhale and exhale. When you're ready, we'll walk the feet back in first. Bring the spine back up to a neutral position. All right, counter to that pose, we're going to come into a deep rounded position. So make the feet wider, almost pointing the toes out to the side slightly. And then you're going to start to lean forward. You can also scoot your butt back a little bit on the chair seat. You're going to lay your belly right in between the thighs as far as it'll go. Feel that stretch through the low back, so that's what we're going for. If you need to stay here, stay right where you are. Elbows can also rest. If you want to go a little further, try hooking the arms right at the back of the knees. Maybe hands can hook together. And then let the head fall forward. Good. Head and neck can relax and shake out. And just breathe where you are. Try to send the breath into the belly, even though it might be a little constricted. One more big inhale and exhale. Taking your time, noticing that space you're creating. When you're ready, walk the hands back up. Gently roll your feet up back to a seated position. Good. We're going to start to turn to the side. So I'll face you first, bringing the feet all the way out to the side of the chair. So you have the back of the chair next to you on the right side. All right, once again, check in on how the feet are pushing down into the floor. If it's hard to get the feet all the way on the floor, your legs are a little shorter, try bringing the floor to you. You can prop it up with a couple books or yoga blocks if you have them. We're going to start off with the twist. So we take our right hand to the back edge of the chair seat and then reach the left hand all the way up. Good. We're going to start to twist even more as you bring the left hand also around the chair. So just depending again on your chair, you might be just holding on to the sides. If you're up here, that's going to bring some tension into the shoulders. So try sliding the hands down just a little lower than the shoulders. Good. From here, you're going to push with the right hand and give a gentle pull with the left hand. Your body will let you know how far to go. And then check back in on the feet and the hips, stabilizing them towards your support, your chair and the floor. Take a nice big inhale, reach up through the top of the head, and then you can look over the right shoulder. Good. Only adding the gaze, that deeper twist in the neck, if it feels safe for your body. Take 2 more breaths. At the end of the next exhale, we'll rotate all the way back to center. Good. Check in here, roll those shoulders back and down, and then we're going to swing it all the way over to the other side. So as you get centered here, we're going to bring the left hand behind, right hand reaches all the way up, and then comes around to the back of the chair seat. And take a few big inhales and exhales. Of course, adding the gaze, if it feels okay for you. Two more breaths. As you're ready, we'll bring that top hand all the way up and around, and we'll bring ourselves back to center. Good. All right, from here, we're going to stand all the way up, facing towards our chair. We'll remove our blanket and just place that off to the side. We'll use it again. And we're going to come into a downward facing dog. So we start in a forward fold, hands on the hips, pretty close to the chair. And you're just going to hinge at the hips. Bring your hands right to the chair seat. Good. From here, you want that flat back position. Spine is long. Even if the hands are a little too low, you can get that flat back from maybe hands up on the back edge of the chair seat. Good. From here, knees can be bent, or you can start to straighten them out by giving you a little space. A couple things you want to be mindful of as you come into a downward dog in a chair is first that all 4 corners of your chair are on the mat, on that sticky mat. You can even kind of try to slide it forward and make sure it's not going to go anywhere. That's your first option. The second option is to bring the whole back edge of your mat and your chair against a wall. And that's going to give you a lot of support because, of course, the wall is not going to go anywhere as you push forward slightly. All right. Feel free to stay here in this forward fold. If you want to go a little deeper, drape over, and then bring the other hand. Good. From here, we'll start to walk the feet back until you can bring the chest down and let the head hang. Good. We're creating this open space through the sides of the body. And your posture may not look like mine. You may need to have bent knees. You may be a little bit more rounded in the shoulders, but we're going to try to press that back to create that space. Good. Give that head and neck a shake. Any movement that feels good for you. So just finding a way to open, relaxing the head, give it a shake, yes and no. And try to find 3 more full breaths. Shoulders pull away from the ears. One more. We'll gently lift the head first, looking towards the chair seat. Slight bend in the knees. We're going to start to walk forward. Okay. Come back to that flat back position, check in, and then keep a slight bend in the knees, hands to the hips as we rise all the way up. Good. Nice job. All right. For our next pose, we're going to turn the chair to the side. So you might keep your chair in the same position, but just so you can see me better, I'm going to turn mine to the side. Again, make sure all 4 corners of your chair are on the mat and then sitting down in front. This is a little bit easier to do without the blanket, but if you want to use it, that's fine too. We're going to come into a warrior 2 position. So we start seated, and then I'm going to mirror you. So this is going to be our left leg, and we're going to send that leg out to the side. Good. Try to get your toe and your knee pointed. You might even feel a little stretch through the inner thigh. From here, start to slide forward so that your left hip is off the chair. So it's no longer supported, just your right hip. You can even slide back a little bit, and then you're going to take your left leg back. It may be on a diagonal on the floor, and this might be your warrior 2. If you want a little bit more intensity, try sliding it back so you find that line. Good. Heel, left heel to that right arch. Good. So when you get into that position, check in on your stability and then see if you can bring those arms up, reaching out through the fingertips. Check on the front hand, the back hand, and then bring the shoulders directly over the waist. Breathing here, you still are active through the feet, so those feet are pushing down. Good. If you do this pose traditionally from a standing position, you may notice that this posture in the chair brings you a lot lower than normal, so it might even feel more intense than doing it from standing. Find the breath. Check in on that front knee, make sure it's not falling in. If it does, just pull it back out. Use the hand as a reminder. We'll take one more inhale. And then we're going to take the hand down the back leg. Right hand slides down the right leg and left fingertips lift up. Good, nice job. Breathe through that left side body all the way down into the waist. Maybe look up to the fingertips. One more full breath. All right, from here, we're going to take that front elbow, that left elbow down towards the knee, and then that top arm is going to reach up. You might just keep it directly over the shoulder, or if you want to go a little deeper, bring it in line with the side of the body. So one long line from the right fingertips all the way down to the edge of the right foot. Good, nice job. You can peek down, checking to make sure that knee stays over the ankle. One more inhale. Good. As you exhale, we're going to come back up. Good. Hands to the hips. All right, so we're starting to twist. You're going to face that front side of your mat. So push down through the foot and start to pivot and bend the back knee. Your right leg will be kind of hanging off the front as the left leg is in the chair. Good. So here's our lunge. Heel is lifted. You're going to feel a little stretch here. You might feel a lot through the back of that left leg. And then we're going to come into a twist. So 2 options. You can do the twist like we did earlier, or you might come a little lower, bringing the hand down to one of those bottom rungs, kind of crossing the elbow. breathing where you are. Posture, lift the back thigh so you're feeling that extension through the back. One more full inhale. And then exhale, we'll come back to center. Good, nice job. All right, so come back to the seat. Bring those feet back together. Check in, notice that difference from one side and the other. And then we'll go to the other side. So we're gonna take the right leg out to the side. Good, slide back far enough so that your left hip kind of hangs off. And then we're gonna extend that leg back. It might be on a diagonal, or you can bring it all the way back. Good. And you kind of want to get to the point so this thigh isn't getting caught on the chair. So you need to slide your way back far enough. If that makes this foot come off the floor, bring the floor up to it, a block or some books. Good. From here, check back in, find your balance. Make sure you don't fall back. So leaning to the back of the chair is not what we want. We want to keep that effort forward. And then we're going to reach the hands up. Reach out through the fingertips, find the breath, check in on the space in the arms. Good. When you're ready, we're going to take that back hand down the back leg, left hand down the left leg, right fingertips start to lift up. Good, breathing that space into the right side body. Inhale all the way, maybe gaze up towards the fingertips. And then exhale, bring that elbow all the way down towards the knee. Good, check in here, rotate through the shoulders, and then reach that top arm straight up. Or you might extend it, bringing it into one long wide side angle. Good. Breathe where you are, check in on that bottom shoulder, make sure you're not resting on it. We want to create space through both shoulders. And then a gentle rotation, gazing up on the inside of the arm. Take one more full inhale, breathing and lengthening. And then as you exhale, we're going to pivot towards that back edge of your mat and start to bend the back knee so the heel lifts. So you're letting that leg just kind of hang in front of the chair seat. Good. From here, we're coming into a little twist. So we start to rotate towards the back edge. You might just do it with one hand on the leg and the other hand on the chair seat. Good. If you want to go a little further, maybe you bring that elbow across and it can reach down to the bottom rung. Good. And then possibly lifting that back thigh to feel a nice big twist. Just go as far as feels comfortable for you. Breathing and lengthening whatever shape your body needs at this moment. Good. At the end of your next exhale, we'll rotate all the way back to center. Good. We'll bring those feet back out in front. Check in and notice. And then we're going to come into that extension through the back and the rounding in the spine one more time. So we're going to reach those hands back. Feel free to get a deeper grip, or you might try sliding the hands up a little higher. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, maybe lift the chin slightly to feel that opening. And then, of course, option to straighten the legs out in front. 2 more full breaths. Last one. When you're ready, we'll slide those feet back in. Good, release the hands, roll out those shoulders, and then we'll find that wide position again. So nice wide squat. We'll start to come down. Belly lands right in between those thighs, and you might just keep the elbows or the hands on the knees. If you want to go a little deeper this time, try sliding the hands on the inside of the feet. Good. You can let the head hang. Good. And you can also try sliding the fingertips right behind the heel. like a malasana variation. Good. A little shake. Push down through those feet. You're going to feel this in the hips. We'll take 2 more full breaths. As you're ready, slowly come out. Hands come to the inside and then back up to the knees. And roll it up. Good, nice job. All right. So we'll bring our chair to the back edge of the mat. Grab your blanket. You can place that into the chair seat. Any other props, support you'd like for our relaxation, you can bring that in too. And we're going to come down to lie right in front of the chair. Get your hips close enough so that when you swing those legs up, the calves can fully rest in the chair seat. And we want to make sure the knees and the hips are at about a 90-degree angle. So feel free to scoot as close as you need to in order to do that. Good. Once you get there, we're just going to start to check in on the low back. So you might need to walk the heels forward a little bit more and lift the hips, slide the tailbone under, and then extend the feet back into the chair seat. So we just want to find that nice deep connection. Once you have that through the low back, pull the knees into the chest. Just find a little movement side to side, circling, rocking. Good. We'll take a nice long inhale and exhale. And then we'll go ahead and place our calves back into the chair seat, setting up our shoulders and our upper body. So we reach our hands out to the side, slide one shoulder blade under the back at a time. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Allow the chin to come slightly towards the chest, finding that perfect balanced position for the back of the head. And then awareness back in the feet. Let the feet fall open. As we drop into the space of stillness, I'm going to take 3 sighs out through the mouth. Inhale, nice and slow through the nose. Open the mouth, let it out. 2 more. Last one. Dropping into that space of stillness and ease, checking in. Noticing the little subtle areas that we're able to open up and release. Noticing what you can still let go of, even here as you lie and relax. the end of your next exhale, slowly starting to bring some movement back to the surface of the body. Wiggling fingers and toes, rolling out wrists and ankles. One by one, we'll bend the knees, place the feet on the front edge of the chair, and then we're going to roll onto one side. Good. From here, just resting for a moment, thanking the mind and body for making this space. And when you're ready, take that top hand, push in to slowly roll your way up. Good. We'll come to a comfortable seated position. You can sit back in your chair or on the floor. And we'll just finish up with a little closing. So we'll bring the hands either into the lap or at the heart center. Here in this position, we'll just take a few moments to thank the mind and body for the work that it's done again, sending any sense of that gratitude out to others that might need it as well. One more inhale and exhale all together. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and like our channel. Comment below, share with others. We appreciate it.